Welcome everyone, I am Ujjwal Pal. Today we will solve a LeetCode problem step by step. The problem number is 1905, which is count sub-islands. Let's see the problem statement. You are given two m cross n binary matrices, which is grid 1 and grid 2, containing 0 representing water and 1 representing island or land. An island in a group of 1 connected four directionally, like horizontal and vertical, means left, right, top, bottom, and any cell outside of the grid are considered water cells. An island in group 2 is considered a sub-island if there is an island in group 1 that contains all the cells that make up this island in group 2, and return the number of islands in group 2 grid 2 that are considered sub-island. So we need to find the number of sub-island present in grid 2. So sub-island will be like if all the cells of this island, like in grid 2, present in grid 2, will also be present in grid 1. The grid 1 may be a bigger island, but we need to consider only the grid 2. For example, you can see this cell is also present here, but it will not be considered as sub-island because this island in grid 2 is containing three cells, but in grid 1 it contains only one cell, so it will not be considered as the answer island or sub island. But these two island will be considered because you can see this island in grid 2 contains only one cell which is already present here, and this is also for one cell and which is also present here. So we need to find the number of sub island like this. Let's see the constraints. The m and m will be up to 500, and each element of grid 1 and grid 2 will be 0 or 1. So let's see how we can solve it. So we will use DFS, depth first search, and we each time when we find that grid 1 and grid 2 both having the same like 1 in the cell, we start from there and we will visit all the cells in grid 2 because we need to find the sub island in grid 2. So we will find all the cells, like we will increase the area of the island in grid 2 and check if for all the cells grid 1 all the cells are 1 or not. If any cell we find that in grid 2 it is 1 and grid 1 it is 0, then we will not add that island in our answer count. Okay, so first we need n as the grid 1 dot size. N and m are same for both, so n and m will be like this. So we also need the answer count, which is initially 0, and we'll for each of the sets int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and for int j equal to 0, j less than m, j plus plus. We start if both the cells, like for grid 1 and grid 2, both are having 1. So we'll check grid 1 ij is equal to 1, and also grid 2 of ij is equal to 2 1, not 2, like not 1 or not. If both are having 1, that means it is the starting position of the island. So also we need to like keep in track if we find any cells like which present in grid 2, like which value in grid 2 is 1 and grid 1 is 0. If any cell we found like that, we do not add the current island in our count. So we need a Boolean flag to initial value will be, let's say, 2. We are considering that the all the island will be present in grid 1 also. But if we find any cell, then we will make the flag as false. Okay. Now you can also use DFS by the recursion function, but here I will use the stack. Both are same. So I will use stack of, I need two indices like I and j, so I will use, you can use pair also. I am using vector int, so stack, and initial value of stack will be, we know the current indices, which will be I and j. Now, while stack dot size is present, first we need, let's say element is stack dot top and stack dot pop. Now, to make the current cell visited, we will just make the current cell value is 2, because we know all the values in grid 1 and grid 2 will be 0 or 1. If we find like 2, like we will not checking it in here. So to make it visited, we do not require any extra space, just make the grid 2 ij is equal to 2, which means it is already visited. So we will not visit this island again. If we find, like for this, we are going from row by row. So if all the cells are visited, then if we come in the row 2, so if we find this will be 2, so we will not visit again. So we will just make it 2 as visited, and then we need to find the left, right, top, bottom, because there are four directionally we have to see. So first I'm checking the left side. To check the left side, we first check if j, not j actually, we need to extract the ij from it. So let's, ij is already present. So let's say a equal to it 0 and b equal to it 1. It 0, it 1 are the current ij of this element, which is the top element of st, and we will make that visited, not ij actually. So make the ab as visited, and now we need to check the four directionally of ab cell. So left will be b is less than, not less than, b is greater than 0, and grid 2 a, and left means b minus 1 is 1. If it is 1, that means we have island in grid 2, and now we need to check it is present in grid 1 or not. So if grid 1 a b minus 1 is equal to 0. If it is 0, that means the current cell like a b minus 1 is present in grid 2 and not present in grid 1. That means we need to make the flag as false, because we find at least one cell that is not satisfying the given condition. So we will make the flag as false. Next, we will also increase the area of the grid. So let stack dot push the a b minus 1, and we also need to make it visited. To make it visited, just grid to a b minus 1 as 2, and we have to, this is for left side, like the left side of the current set. I need to make for all the side. I'm just copy pasting, so it is the left side. Okay, I'm just left. Now comes the right side. To do the right side, we need to check if b is less than m minus 1, because the last index will be for column is m minus 1. We need to check if b is less than m minus 1, then we can do b plus 1, and all the b minus 1 will be b plus 1. So the rest of the thing will be same. Now we have top. top so we need to check not b, we need to check a is greater than 0 or not. So we will check a minus 1 b is 1, Also a minus 1 here, a minus 1 here, a minus 1 here. Okay. Now the bottom part. To check the bottom, we need a is less than n minus 1 because n is the row number and last row is n minus 1. So we need to check that a is less than n minus 1 or not. Then we can perform the a plus 1. A plus 1 here, a plus 1 here, plus. Okay, that's good. So we already checked left, right, top, bottom. All four sides are done. Now after this while loop, we need to check if the flag is true or not. If the flag is still true, that means we didn't find any cell that are present in grid 2 but not present in grid 1. That means the current island is valid, so we need to make the answer plus plus. Okay, and after this step all loops, we need to return the answer count, which is answer. So let's see, will it work or not? It is accepted. Let's submit it. So it is accepted. Let me discuss the time and space complexity of this algorithm. So the time complexity, the first for loop is running n times, second for loop running m times for each of the element of first for loop. So this two for loop is taking n cross m time, and this stack will be performed if the two grid is 1 and 1, and it could be go in worst case like for all the elements are 1 and for grid 1 is all the elements are 1. So this stack will go up to big of n cross m time, but it will be only perform one time because then the rest of the times this if condition will not be satisfied. So you can say this will running only one time for each of the cells. So overall time complexity will be big of n cross m, and the space complexity is also the big of n cross n because the maximum stack size could be big of like big of n cross m. So thanks for watching. If you want to check out the code, you will find it in the description box below. So that's it for today. See you in the next video.